In a small village called Uzo, there lived a young man named Chikamso. Chikamso was a quiet man who lived alone in a little house at the edge of the village. His only family was his grandmother, who lived in another village called Ama. Every week Chikamso would visit her. One sunny day, Chikamso went to see his grandmother. She was very happy to see him and gave him a big bag full of food. The bag was very heavy, so Chikamso walked slowly back to his village. When he got home, it was late and he was very thirsty. He tried to drink water from his pot, but it was full of ants. So, he decided to go to the stream to get fresh water. That night, Chikamso walked quickly to the stream because he was so thirsty. As he was filling his water jug, he felt a gentle tap on his shoulder. Surprised, he turned around and saw a beautiful mermaid with shiny scales. She smiled and said her name was Leone. She was so pretty that Chikamso felt calm and happy. "Don't be afraid, Chikamso," Leone said softly. "I am here to protect you, but you must promise not to tell anyone about me." Chikamso nodded, too amazed to speak. They talked for a long time that night, and before she left, Leone reminded him not to tell anyone. Chikamso went back to his house feeling very happy and soon fell asleep. But the next morning, Chikamso woke up feeling scared. His belly was big and he could feel something moving inside him. He stayed in his house, eating the food his grandmother gave him. But after a few days, the food was gone and he had to go outside. Chikamso tried to sneak out to pick some fruits, hoping no one would see him. But one day, a man who collected palm wine saw him and told others. Soon, everyone in the village was talking about Chikamso. They whispered about him, and the children pointed at him, wondering what was wrong. The village elders were very worried. They asked Chikamso to come and explain what was happening to him. "Chikamso, what has happened to you?" asked the oldest elder. "Is this a good thing or a bad thing?" Chikamso didn't know what to say, so he kept quiet. The elders told him he had 5 days to explain, or he would have to leave the village. That night, Chikamso went to the stream and called out to Leone. "Leone, please help me. What did I do wrong? Please make this go away." Leone appeared, looking sad. "Don't worry, Chikamso. I will protect you. Trust me." Feeling a little better, Chikamso went back to his house. 5 days later, the elders asked Chikamso to explain again, but he stayed silent, waiting for Leone to help him. But when she didn't show up, the villagers started singing and shouting at him, chasing him away. Suddenly, Leone appeared and said, "Stop. The child inside Chikamso is a blessing. He will become a great warrior and protect our village. Anyone who hurts him will be punished by me." The villagers were scared of Leone's power, so they said sorry to Chikamso and took him back to his house, treating him like a king. His grandmother came to take care of him, and Chikamso felt happy again. One rainy night, Chikamso felt a sharp pain in his belly. The ground seemed to shake as he cried out in pain. With his grandmother's help, he gave birth to a baby girl with skin that shone like the sun. The next morning, the whole village celebrated the birth of the child. They named her Chisom, which means "God is with me." Chisom was not like other children. Even as a baby, she was strong and fierce. She was always angry, and the other children were scared of her. By the time she was 5 years old, she had become a little warrior, fighting with other kids and even older children. The villagers praised her and lifted her up in excitement. But Chikamso felt lonely. His grandmother had passed away, and Chisom spent all her time with the warriors. Chikamso started visiting Leone at the stream every evening, asking her to take him under the river to see her world, but Leone always changed the subject. When Chisom turned 18, there was talk of a big war. The neighboring village of Obi wanted to destroy Uzo. Angry and determined to protect her home, Chisom asked the village chief if she could lead the warriors into battle. With her leading them, they went to fight and they won the battle. Chisom was hailed as a hero. But when Chisom returned home, Chikamso was nowhere to be found. Angry, she went to the stream to talk to Leone. "Leone, where is my father?" she shouted. Leone appeared calm and peaceful. "Your father now lives in the river. You can join us if you want, now that your job is done." "No, I will never join you," Chisom shouted. A big fight broke out between Chisom and Ninina, lasting 3 days and nights. In the end, Chisom won the fight and brought her father back to the village. But Chikamso was not the same. He could no longer hear or speak. Even though she won the battle, Chisom was sad about her father's condition. Chikamso, who was once strong, was now just a shadow of his old self. The villagers, who once celebrated Chisom, now whispered about what had happened to her father. Chisom decided to get help from the village's wise woman, Ada. Ada was known for her knowledge of ancient remedies and her connection to the spirits. "Please help my father," Chisom begged. "He has been cursed by Leone, and now he cannot hear or speak." Ada looked at Chikamso with pity. "This is not an ordinary curse," she said. "Leone is very powerful, and her magic is strong. But there might be a way to help him. What do I need to do?" Chisom asked. "You must go to the sacred forest," Ada explained. "There, you will find the spirit tree. It is said to have the power to heal any sickness. But be careful, the path is dangerous, and many have failed." Chisom, determined to save her father, packed her things and set out on the journey. As she walked through the dark forest, she met a young hunter named Obi. Obi was impressed by Chisom's bravery and offered to help her on her journey. "I've heard of the spirit tree," Obi said. "My grandfather told me stories about it. Together, we can overcome any challenge." Grateful for the help, Chisom agreed. They traveled together, facing many dangers. They crossed rivers, climbed mountains, and fought wild animals. Along the way, they became close friends. One night, while resting under the stars, Chisom told Obi her fears. "I am scared I will fail, and my father will never be the same." Obi reassured her, "You are the strongest person I know. We will succeed, and your father will be healed." With Obi's words giving her strength, Chisom continued her journey. After many days, they finally reached the sacred forest. The spirit tree stood tall and bright, its branches glowing with magic. Thank you so much for watching that video. Like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the post notifications so you won't miss out.